champion.
I stand corrected, and future AIW Tag Team Champion, Veda Scott! Together they are reunited as Hope and Change!
I may have jumped the gun a bit with the speculation, but Veda Scott threw all speculation out the window. She's saying they're going to win the tag titles again.
Well, definitely left the rest any doubt of whether or not the two of them were willing to work together. And I'll tell you what, Candice and Johnny, obviously a formidable team. The head trainers here in AIW know each other like the back of their hand. It's not a slouch team on the other side. You're talking about a tandem. You mentioned their time as a tag team. They spent 219 days as the AIW Tag Team Champions in a time where they were chased by multiple teams in a loaded AIW Tag Team division. We're going to start off with Candice LeRae and Veda Scott. And Veda, let's face it, obviously you mentioned her history as the women's champion. She also was she's the first female and thus far the only female in AIW history to hold a title other than the women's title.
Interesting. I'm surprised to see. You know, I know Candice has competed for the Intense title. I'm sure her and Johnny at some point would love to compete for the tag titles against the current champs. Hot Sauce Entertainment, but easier said than done.
And Veda running for cover.
And wisely so.
Veda making the tag while outside the ring. Dave Dawson, I'll give him credit for once he gets the call right. You can't make a tag while you're standing outside on the apron.
Now, I have some concerns in regards to the way that people's weights are announced. I thought Johnny was definitely under 205 pounds. At least he's going to be in a couple months, I'm sure. But Greg was announced at like 156 pounds. He's bigger than he lends on. I'd say he's pushing close to the 205 mark than a lot of other people.
Maybe a little psychological warfare on his part. And some question if Candice is going to lock it up. The tag made to Johnny, and you want to talk about two people who are no strangers. Gregory Iron and Johnny Gargano. And the two of them, I mean, Gregory Iron makes no secret of the fact that he's essentially in professional wrestling because of Johnny Gargano. He was a big part of getting Gregory Iron to the point he is in his career. And Gargano caught in that jackknife pin, not even a 1 count. And now looked for one of his own. Greg, though, sending him out. And Gregory Iron, the arm drag.
Suck it, Johnny.
Charging in, Gargano out of the way, eats the boot.
And I gotta hand him credit. Greg, up to this point, has been one step ahead of Johnny Gargano during this whole exchange.
It's that these two know each other. I don't know that there's anyone in the locker room that knows Johnny Gargano like Gregory Iron does. He knows all the tricks, all the intricacies. Johnny's gonna attempt to ground him, sizing him up. That drop kick right to the base of the skull. Lateral press, only a 2 count.
Johnny Gargano has been having quite a 2016. Came from the short end of the stick against that main event caliber matchup last night against Josh Alexander, who is in the finals of the JT Lightning Invitational Tournament. But Johnny Gargano has become a world traveler and one of the most names synonymous with independent wrestling. I made a remark last night, maybe the face of the AIW, since he is the head trainer at the school, of course. And wouldn't you know who took umbrage with my statements, none other than the current champ, in Ethan Page. Oh, and Johnny scores with that kick.
And Veda screaming for the tag. to see these two back together. I mean, not only they were tag team champions, let's not forget the separation. They had the blood feud that these two had. Oh, Candice dropped hold. You want to talk about working as a team? Cover 2. Candice only getting the 2 count on Greg. Veda continually trying to scream for the tag.
Very interesting strategy here out of the Johnny and Candice team, isolating Gregory Iron for there to continue the offense. As you see, Greg fights out of their corner, and Candice scores with a big back elbow. Blind tag here. Johnny comes back in, directing traffic with Candice.
Look at that tag. Now, wait a second. Veda over. Veda knocking Candice off the top rope. And Johnny is caught with that knee to the jaw. Cover, only a 1 count.
Johnny scrambling, trying to get away, but he rolled right near the corner, allowing Greg to get the advantage and get the tag on Veda. And now Veda laying in with the shots on Johnny Gargano. Not intimidated. She has been known to mix it up with the guys almost more than she does get a chance to mix it up with the other women here in AIW.
Well, I mean, she did. Let's not forget that battle she had with Cedric Alexander. She actually had the upper hand quite a bit in that matchup last night, had quite a few shots where perhaps many thought she might win it.
You know, Matt, one's got to wonder, how long has this reunion between Veda Scott and Gregory Iron been in the works?
Well, I'll tell you what, if there's one thing we know about both Gregory Iron and Veda Scott, it's the fact that they are incredible opportunists. We saw that when Veda Scott aligned herself with Josh Alexander at the end of last year, leading into Absolution last year. With that Absolute title run, she had no problem using Josh to help win the women's title. She's going to do what's going to help her the most, and left on an island by herself right now. Certainly isn't going to help her cause to reunite with the man that she held the tag team titles with for so long.
And working together great as a tag team. But again, Matt, you mentioned former, 219 days they were the champs?
I think 217 was the final number before the Materia ended their reign, and it all fell apart from there for her.
I'll make your hands just like mine.
And Greg just stomping down on Gargano's hand. And I'll tell you, that's one thing that these two can say that Johnny Gargano cannot. In his illustrious career here in AIW, the man who essentially has done everything there is to do in AIW has never held the tag team titles. He's an Intense Division champion, an Absolute champion, has never been a tag team champion. Gregory Iron with the cover.
Not hooking the leg, though. Veda Scott back in with a double sledge to the back, and now a series of boots to the face.
Oh, and there's the call right there. I mean, that says a lot. Veda Scott could easily add a check mark to her resume with a pin on Johnny Gargano. She tells Gregory Iron that she wants him to get the pin, but there's the miscommunication, the fact that they haven't teamed in so long, and a little forcing of hope and change to hit some offense on each other.
Candice, though, chomping at the bit. Johnny is all the way across the ring from her. Can he get there in time? Rolls through. Ricky Morton eating your heart out. Candice in, and she's a house of fire.
Those forearms to the jaw. Veda ducks the lariat, catches her with the jawbreaker. She's in quick, but Veda's one step quicker out of the way, but she eats that boot. Coming out of the corner, and then the drop kick.
Candice now with her eyes on Veda.
And Greg was looking for handicap parking. He gets caught. He gets caught. Candice was looking for the ballplex, but he counters out, dropping his body weight, sending her between the ropes.
And you talk about desperation there by Gregory Iron. Scrambling before he gets tossed by his tender fiddles there by Candice. Johnny in, low bridge. Johnny up and over thanks to Greg.
Veda has Johnny, but Johnny back to his feet. He was looking for that gotcha spear. Greg has it scouted out, but not from Candice. Candice taking a page out of Johnny's book.
Big left-handed clothesline sets Greg up and over and hard to the floor.
And dueling suicide dives right in front of us. I'm not entirely sure, Leonard, but it sounded and certainly looked like the back of Veda's head snapped back against that guardrail.
Yeah, that was very rough from our vantage point there, Matt.
Gregory Iron being thrown back in by Johnny.
Oh, they go. Oh, there's Greg in the ring. They've got him in their sights. Greg sidesteps him.
Out of the way again. Candice and Johnny are stacked up. Both of them out of the way. Left hanging. And the kick into the backcracker. 1, 2, and Veda is just in on time.
Out of nowhere to break up that pin and save the match for Hope and Change. They're still alive in this one.
But Johnny's got Veda by the hair. Johnny, wait a second. Johnny setting up for the lawn dart. No, she drops out. Oh, Gregory Iron blatantly right to the eyes of Gargano as he comes in.
Gregory Iron is shameless. Swinging DDT, shades of Eddie Guerrero. Big kick there by Veda. Johnny, though, with the presence of mind to roll out of the ring, wisely so.
And out of the way, Hope and Change in the corner. And now it looks like Candice looking for the tornado DDT. Thrown out of it, that back suplex from Veda. And handicap parking from Greg. Hook of the leg, 2.
Oh my God, I thought that was all. You thought Greg was insufferably 4 if he was able to win this match. He could be 1,000 times worse. Greg not directing traffic. He's got something in mind here.
Get up, Candice!
And wait a second, Candice throwing Veda into the corner. Swinging neck breaker as Greg comes back over after being dropped on that top rope. And now he's got Greg up. Long dart from halfway across the damn ring into the ballplex. Oh, Stereo Savant kicks Greg is down. 1, 2, 3.